evening, football fans. Welcome to Friday Night Lights as LakinSports.com and Lakin High Sports on YouTube bring you tonight's exciting live streamed Lakin High Bronx football. Brett and Sandy Hendricks of LakinSports.com and bring you live Lakin Bronx High School football on YouTube, and thank you for joining the live webcast. The webcast of Lakin High Sports would not be possible without the generous support of these fantastic sponsors: the Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank, the agency of Lakin and Garden City, the Lakin Recreation Commission, Flashbacks Diner of Lakin, the Kearney County Community Development Ralph Goodnight, Shorty's Cafe of Lakin, Shelter Insurance Gwen Wecker, Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas, the Lakin Dairy and Lakin Hay Fred Ritzema, the Golden Plains Credit Union, the Lakin Pharmacy, Debach Metals, and Hendricks Welding. To the booth we now go with the award-winning owner of LakinSports.com and the voice of the Lakin Bronx, Mr. Brett Hendricks.
And a good Friday evening. Welcome to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, LakinSports.com. We're a few minutes late getting on the air. I apologize for that. But we were doing some last-minute changes and trying to make sure everything was hooked up and ready to go, and I think we're ready to go. Tonight we are at Colby, the first ever meeting between the Bronx and the Eagles. And we're getting set to go here. Got a few little adjustments yet to make, but we'll get there. But first of all, I want to send a shout-out and best wishes to J.D. Ham, our play-by-play voice of Bronx football. J.D. in the hospital right now after having surgery on Tuesday. And talked to him today. He's doing better. It's just going to be a longer, a long road. But J.D. is doing fine and looking to get back on his feet. But it's going to be a slow process. But we will get him back hopefully sooner than later. So once again, want to send out best wishes to JD, and we miss you here tonight, but we will, between me and Jared, we will struggle, but we will try to make it work. So want to thank JD for all of his help and all he does for us here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Our pregame sponsor tonight, the Flashbacks Diner on Highway 50 in Lakin.
Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at Flashbacks Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. Fantastic burgers, Coney and Chicago hot dogs, Philly, steak, BLT, and chicken sandwiches, along with ice cream treats like the traditional banana split, sundaes, shakes, malts, and cones. Dine in or carry out. Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at the one and only fantastic Flashbacks Diner, Highway 50, Lakin.
And a big thank you to Flashbacks and all the great sponsors that make Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube possible. Earlier, we had a chance to talk to Bronx head coach Chris Bamberger, and the coach's interview brought to you by Shelter Insurance, the big red, white, and blue sign, East Highway 50 in Lakin.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
And welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, And welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, LakinSports.com. Brett Hendricks with you. The Bronx traveled to Colby to battle the Eagles, the first ever meeting between these two teams. Bronx coming off a loss last week at Hoisington, looking to bounce back here on the road. And we're now joined by Bronx head coach Chris Bamberger. And Coach, last week, after a 5-0 start, kind of a disappointing week as the Broncs suffered their first loss of the year.
It was. We knew we were going to have our hands full when we went and played Hoisington, and didn't feel like we played overly well. But that's a really good football team, and hadn't necessarily seen or been in that situation yet this season. So we felt like we had a lot to learn from the situation that we were in, and hopefully we can bounce back.
Offensively, last week, really couldn't get a whole lot going against Hoisington's defense, but the Broncs really didn't help their cause with 3 turnovers. And it's one of those games you can't give good teams extra opportunities.
That was literally the first thing I think we talked about with them is you can't give them extra opportunities. You're gonna have to play very sound, very clean, very very quality, disciplined football if you want to give yourselves a chance to beat good football teams. And you know what? We didn't feel like we did that completely. Throughout the entirety of that game.
And defensively, Hoisington got the opening kickoff last week, and really unfortunate on their first drive that the Broncs defense could have swayed that game maybe early in the contest. Now maybe it doesn't have a whole lot of bearing in how the game turns out overall, but I thought the Broncs defense played well. For one, they made Hoisington drive the field. It wasn't a 2-play score and off we go. But the Broncs missed an opportunity on defense, missing that interception in the end zone. Really would have changed a lot of the complexity of the opening of that game.
Sure, we thought that. We talked about that when we were watching film, and kind of you wonder yourself, what difference it makes at that point if we go ahead and catch that ball. But we did a lot of things to get them into that position that we also felt like were maybe something that we didn't feel good about, that gave them the opportunity to be able to play that far down into their end zone. And, I think, watching film, their coach ran, of about the 7 plays in that drive, he ran the same play about 4 or 5 times, and we didn't fit it right any time. And it was a play that we had prepared for. We felt like we were a little flustered early, and they kind of come at us, and they got us on our heels.
And you talk about their offense, but they run a similar offense as what the Broncs do. Now, out of that type of offense, do offenses look the same? I mean, is it your offense same as what the plays they run out of that set, or is there just different ways to mix that up?
Yeah, definitely a lot of similarities, and both of us kind of come from the same tree of that offense. We both have shared a lot of the same things together. But every coach puts their own spin on things, and he has a different spin, and he tags things a little bit differently. But, the structure of the offense, what you see as a defender, at least through our kids' eyes, it should look the same. You'd like to think that it's very familiar and very, very comfortable. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what offensive scheme you're in, and you're going to have to be sound defensively. You're going to have to tackle. You're going to have to play physical. You're going to have to run to the football, and that's what's going to give you success, hopefully.
And a lot of it was won on the line of scrimmage. It seemed like Hoisington was getting a lot of extra penetration on the Broncs defense, and vice versa. The defensive front was doing the same thing with the Broncs offensive line. No, that was just kind of one of the questions I've always had when we see a team that runs an offense similar to ours. I wonder if the terminology is the same, because when it comes down to it, like you said, defensively, you just have to play your assignment, and you have to be disciplined to it, or what happened. That's what happens to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's a testament to, just the execution of a play, the execution of your scheme. Because, how often is it that people know, what's coming? We could probably call each other's plays out. We each had tendencies, but at the end of the day, the kids have to execute it inside the lines. And the kids that do that the best usually have the most success on Fridays.
Last week on offense, I thought one of the players that stood out, and I thought Shaky played well at the wide receiver spot. Of course, he caught a nice pass from Drew once the substitutions were made. But looking at Shaky week after week, I know Lakin doesn't throw 20, 30 times a game, but he's one of those that I think he's building himself into a reliable option.
He definitely is. That was something we talked about after the game also, and he's a kid you could tell that he's had a ball in his hands for a long time. He's a kid that probably grew up with the ball in his hands, whether it was a basketball, football, baseball, whatever. And so he plays the ball in the air well. He catches well. He's pretty heady. He understands the scheme, And so, I think that's hopefully an area that you can continue to try to, take some opportunities there that maybe are given to us.
This time of year, and I hate to even bring it up, but this time of year you start to see bumps and bruises and aches and pains that players have to play through. But so far, I'm going to knock on wood that the Broncs here in Week 7 are still relatively healthy.
Yeah, battling things that every football team this point of the season are battling, and so just a lot of things just gotta have to overcome and play through a little bit of pain and remain tough. I think that's part of this season. Football season. Football is physical, and anybody that's been playing at this point is going to have some bumps and bruises and some naggy injuries probably at this point of the season.
And definitely a physical game, but when it gets to this time of the year, when you do have those aches and pains, the mentality comes through because mentally you've got to fight through that if you want to succeed.
Definitely. That's definitely the case.
Now with the loss last week at Hoisington, how's the week of practice? Because sometimes, teams bounce back a little bit different, or they approach the week a little bit different. But how's the practice been?
Well, we challenged them to bring that mentality back to practice that got us in the position that we were in early in the season. I feel like mentally they were there. However, as a coach, I think anybody that's been around sports, a good week of practice doesn't always boil down to a good performance on Friday. So, at the end of the day, no matter what you did Monday through Thursday, you're going to have to put it on the field on Friday. And I do believe that if you don't do it well on, Tuesday, Wednesday practice, you're probably not going to do it well on Friday.
Yeah.
But I also have been around teams that have done it well on those days and maybe struggle for whatever reason Friday. Yeah. So, we'll see. I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic that the kids are going to respond well tonight, but time will tell.
Well, the weather tonight is going to be a cool, crisp fall evening. The wind is going to be a factor tonight in this game, but the Broncs, the first ever meeting between the Broncs and the Eagles, so the Broncs have a chance to start a little history tonight with a win on the road over a team they've never played before. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you, Brett. We appreciate you making the trip up here and setting this up and giving our fans the opportunity to stay at home and watch this.
And they get to watch tonight. Exactly. Coach, as always, thank you. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you when we're done.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
You bet. That's Bronc head coach Chris Bamberger once again as the Broncs get set to battle the Colby Eagles here in Colby. We're going to take a timeout. When we return, we'll continue with our pregame right after this.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Our upcoming league outlook brought to you by Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
And welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Brett Hendricks with you. Thanks for joining us tonight for Bronx football as we're on the road in Colby as the Broncs get set to battle the Eagles.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CNC
here in Week 7 of the season. But let's look back at what some of the things that happened in Week 6 last week. Stanton County had a rare bye last week, so they were off. Plainville shut out Syracuse 57-0, and the game you did not get to see last week was Hoisington all over the Bronx by the score of 44-0. In 8-man games last week, Sublette outscored South Gray by the score of 36-34, and Wichita County continued their steamrolling through the season with a 56-20 win over Meade, and that was a battle of both 5-0 teams, but Wichita County outrunning the Buffaloes. And in more 8-man action, Spearville 38 and Elkhart 20. Games this week: Oakley at Syracuse. Syracuse 1-4 on the season, but Syracuse has already forfeited that game. That was reported on Tuesday, so some troubles going on with the Bulldog football program. Plainville is at Stanton County. The Trojans are 0-5. Southwestern Heights, they're 2-4 on the season. They are at Cimarron. The Blue Jays 1-5. And tonight's game, of course, the Bronx 5-1 and the Eagles 1-5. In 8-man action in the High Plains League, 3-3 Sublette travels to Wichita County to battle the 6-0 Indians. And South Gray is at Elkhart, and Elkhart comes in 2-4. That's what's going on around the area, brought to you by Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
And welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Brett Hendricks with you. Now's the time we look at this week at Lakin High School. This segment brought to you by the Stampede, and everybody by now ought to know what the Stampede is all about. They're the big supporter for Lakin High School, not only sports but activities, and a lot of fundraisers, but the Stampede very, very implemental on what goes on and with the support of all of these students of Lakin schools. Busy week at Lakin High School last week. We'll start last Saturday at the newly named Rich Randolph Invitational Cross Country Meet in Lakin. And it was a good meet for the Bronx. Austin Ritzman winning the meet in the fastest ever time for a Lakin runner at the Lakin Country Club course. Alex Luce finished third, and those were the only two medalists for the boys' side. Jordan Ortiz finished ninth. Maylee White finished 13th. Medaling for the girls team. On Monday, the girls golf team traveled to Larned for the 321A regional in, once again at Larned. And congratulations to Allie Meade. She finished fourth at that regional, qualifying for the 321A state tournament next week, shooting a 96. Maya Brown carded a 126, and Anais Gonzalez carded a 129. So once again, Allie Meade qualifying for state, and best of luck next week. JV football on Monday lost to Hoisington by the score of 40-16. On Tuesday night, the Lady Bronx volleyball team swept Elkhart and Syracuse to round out their regular season. They finished the regular season 26-5, and they are the regular season undefeated High Plains League champs. Last night was the High Plains League Cross Country Championship hosted by Southwestern Heights. The girls finished third. They were led by a medalist performance, Jordan Ortiz, finishing ninth. The boys finished second. Austin Ritzmill led the way, finishing second. Alex Luce third. Leo Sheldon finished 10th. The boys finished second and lost to Stanton County by 1 point. We're going to break for the playing of our national anthem. And the national anthem played by the Colby Eagle Marching Band. Once again, congratulations to the cross-country teams last night. Heartbreaking second place finish for the boys, losing by 1 point, but still a nice showing nonetheless. What's going on next week and even tomorrow? We'll be at the High Plains League Volleyball Tournament at Stanton County. The Lady Bronx are the #1 seed. We'll play with Deerfield, Elkhart, and Sublette. Matches start at 9 o'clock. The Lady Bronx first match is at 10 o'clock, and we'll be on the air with that match starting just before 10 o'clock from Stanton County. Monday, the 321A State Golf Tournament at Cary Park in Hutchinson. Once again, good luck to Allie Mead in JV football hosting Colby. That's what's going on around Lakin High School. Very busy, but the slate is very quickly coming to an end. A lot of golf will be over next Monday, and then all that's left is volleyball and football. So a lot of the fall sports coming to a quick end. Our starting lineups brought to you by Lakin Hay and Lakin Dairy. We'll be back.
Fred Ripsema established the Lakin Dairy in 1997 and is now a leading producer of high-quality milk for human consumption. The Lakin Dairy is proud to be a big part of the Kearney County economy and community. With fantastic, dedicated, and hard-working employees, the Lakin Dairy prospers in the heart of, as Fred calls it, the Midwest Feed Shed. Always supporting the Lakin High School students, the Lakin Dairy, a verified premium operation, is honored to call Kearney County home at lakindairy.com on the internet.
And I apologize, looks like we're having some freeze-up issues with our camera, but I might be just on YouTube because I've got a live picture here, but I'm gonna change something real quick, and then we'll change it back and see if we can't get that unlocked. But looks like maybe a frozen picture, because on my monitor I've got it. So maybe it's just my monitor. Let me see here. I'm trying to monitor on my phone. Okay, it was just on my phone, I think. So captain's at midfield, and I'll tell you what, we're going to go over the starting lineups when we get a chance. We're going to try something new tonight. I'm up in the booth, and we're going to have the roving sideline reporter on the sideline with this new FM transmitter we got. It's a lot easier to reach across the field, and we're going to bring in our sideline announcer. Jared, you got us?
Yeah, I got you down here.
All right, great. We thought we would try something different. Jared's going to add the color from the sideline. I'm going to run things from the booth here. But one thing about it, Jared's able to see numbers and he can pick out more of the plays and things like that from the sideline more than he can in the booth. So Jared's going to offer the insight from the sideline, and everything's working so far, Jared, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. And I think he gave up on us already. Colby won the toss. They will defer. Bronx will receive and defend the east goal. This is an east-west field. Bronx in the road white uniforms, purple letters and numbers. Colby in the home white black uniforms, white letters and numbers trimmed in orange. So right before kickoff here, let's look at the Bronx starting lineup. Starting at center is Daring Edgington, a senior. 4 of the 5 starters on the offensive line are seniors. Caden Mings at right guard, Eden White at left guard, Draven Shavira at right tackle, Eli Bemis, the freshman, at left tackle. The wide receivers, Drew Patterson and Adric Gomez-Escabel in the slot at fullback for the Bronx. Colter Oldham in the slots, Armando Salcido and Ross Ryder, and at quarterback is Maddox Beltran.
Yeah, sorry. I could hear you down here.
Oh, okay. It's going to be one of those situations of probably how you turn.
Well, no, I didn't talk. We were talking about the more important purple and yellow team down here, me and Leader.
Oh, okay. You and Coach Leader.
Yeah, we were breaking down their offense and defense, not this one.
Getting ready to kick things off. And I want to thank everybody for joining us here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Onside kick, and the Bronx will come up with it. Adric Gomez-Escabel on the recovery for Lakin. So Colby trying a little trickery as we start this football game. But the Bronx with good starting field position, starting at their own 41-yard line. Maddox Beltran over center. Bronx with a tight formation. Ryder goes in motion. Oldham busts through the line, but they're going to blow this play dead. Offsides, Colby. So the Bronx will get a 5-yard penalty marked off, but I'll tell you what, unfortunate they blew that dead, but Coulter busted through the line. I don't know if he was going to break it, But I'll tell you what, he has been very quick through the line all year long.
He had a very big hole over on that left side.
So 1st and 5 for the Broncs. Broncs will try it again. Oldham through the line once again, but Colby that time, the front line ready for him. In on the stop for Colby was Kai Lanning, a sophomore. Going to gain a couple of yards, going to bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Broncs. Just shy of Colby territory at the 48-yard line. Maddox fakes it inside to Oldham. He'll bring it around the near side. He's across midfield down to the 40, just across the 40 before he's drug out of bounds by Guy Tubbs. But a good read on that offensive line by Maddox Beltran. Did a great job of the read and able to bring it around the end for a 13-yard gain. 1st and 10 for the Broncs. At the Colby 39-yard line. Broncs opening drive of the contest. Oldham gets the call up the middle. Going to gain about 4 yards on the play. In on the stop for Colby is Braden Foss. And I stopped the clock. Now I'll start it again. Had the clock all messed up, but
hey, you're going to have to figure it out up there.
Hey, I got this. I just got to get in a groove. Just got to get in a roll here.
Don't worry, I'm enjoying it down here. It's really nice out.
Well, it's beautiful weather. I'll tell you what, you got the best seat in the house.
Oh, yeah, always.
Oldham around the left side. He's going to be hit, but not before he gains about 2 yards on the play. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Broncs.
One thing I wish I would have done is brought a program down with me because I'm not entirely familiar with all the numbers.
Well, you might check the bleachers over there. Maybe they've got some sitting there.
Yeah, I might do that at quarter or something.
Okay. Broncs 3rd and 3 from the Colby 37-yard line. Up the middle. And it's going to be shy of the 1st down. Oldham with the carry. He's going to be brought down shy 1 yard right at the 30-yard line. So 4th and 1 for the Broncs on this opening possession.
And I believe they're going to stay on.
Okay, you turned your head wrong because we lost you
well,
there, but you said we were going to go for it.
I believe we're staying on the field for that one.
Exactly. So the Broncs going for it. 4th and 1 from the Colby 40-yard line. Salcido faked in motion. Now the Broncs will up the middle to Oldham. He's across the 40, across the line to gain, and he's going to have the 1st down.
Don't worry, you can keep talking. I'm just going to interrupt.
Oh, no. Hey, that's fine. Interrupt me because about the time you talked, I was looking down to stop the clock and keep the clock going. So
yeah, I was standing at the marker to see if you got across. I'm like the replay camera, but live.
There you go. Broncs 1st and 10 from the Colby 29-yard line. Opening possession of this contest. Maddox with the pitch. Salcido looking for room off the right side. And he's going to be brought down after about a 2-yard gain along the near sideline. In on the stop was Guy Tubbs. And Cason Carroll also on the stop. Gain of 2 on the play brings up 2nd down and 8 for the Broncs from the Colby 26-yard line. Broncs type formation. Maddox is under center. Off the left side, there was no option there. He was just taking it off the left tackle. And he's going to get across the 25-yard line down to the 24-yard line. So it was a gain of about 3 yards, maybe. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6, so a gain of 2.
I don't even think Max was looking for the pitch on that one. He saw his eyes on a hole, and he just went straight to it.
Oh, yeah, there was no option there. Yep.
He was gone.
Yep. So third down and a long 5 for the Bronx inside the Colby 25-yard line at the 24-yard line. Ryder in motion. He'll take the handoff off the left side, looking for room. He's going to be across the 20, and looks to me he's got enough for the first down.
Yeah, he got it by about half a yard.
So first and 10, Bronx at the 18-yard line. Bronx, a very methodical drive to open this contest. They got the ball at their 41-yard line after an opening kick, onside kick by Colby. Bronx split Adric out to the near side. Oldham up the middle. And he's going to get to about the 10-yard line. That'll put him 2 yards shy of the first down. Guy Tubbs once again on the tackle for Colby. But an 8-yard pickup for Oldham. Yeah, maybe a 7-yard pickup for Oldham. That's going to bring up second down and 3.
Yeah, I'd say a long 2, short 3.
Shaky out wide to the near side once again. Bronx with the tight formation otherwise. Ryder in motion. Maddox wheels. Follows Oldham around the left side. Going to be close.
First. Got it by a yard.
So Maddox with the run around the left side is going to gain about just a hair over 3 yards, has enough for the first down. It's going to be first and goal now for the Bronx. I like the way the Bronx have come out.
It's one of those games. Who's going to throw the first punch? I think Bronx want to be the ones to do that.
Maddox with the pitch near side. Salcido sidesteps the defender, looking to just could not quite get around Guy Tubbs. Excuse me, that was Hunter Vaughn. Got 2 yards on the play. It'll be second down and goal from the 5. And earlier in the season, you would have thought Salcido breaks that one, Jared. He can race around the end. He's one of the fastest guys on the field, but he just couldn't quite get the corner turn.
Well, I think it's because one guy was in our backfield that kind of slowed him down a little bit, have to take that sidestep. I think if he had the full momentum, he was breaking all the way out.
Second and goal from the 5. Ryder in motion. They'll give it up the middle to Oldham. Driving, takes the pile almost to the 1 yard line. And I think that's where they're going to mark it after a gain of 4. So third and goal for the Bronx from the 1 yard line. And as you could hear the public address announcer in the background, numerous Eagles. I couldn't pick out a number who was in on the stop.
I couldn't tell you either.
So third and goal for the Bronx from the 1 yard line. Looking to draw first blood. They've had the ball now for almost 7 minutes. Give up the middle. Oldham with it. And he's in there. So Colter Oldham with the 1 yard run. And the Bronx move ahead 6-0. A 59-yard drive for the Bronx. But I like drives like that, Jared. For one, it keeps their defense on the field a little bit longer, but the offense was just very, very methodical, making plays happen.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the time-managed game, especially when you're in the possession of the ball for that period of time. Now, on the other side, might kind of suck, so I'm glad we're on the offensive side.
Ross Ryder with the give off the left side, and the 2-point conversion is good. And with 5:04 to go in our first quarter, the Bronx leading the Eagles by the score of 8-0. Our first quarter brought to you by the Agency of Lakin.
Ladies and gentlemen, our cheer squad has increased many times.
Some commercials make it really tempting to buy cheap insurance. That's great if price is the only thing that's important to you. The agency believes cost is important, but protection is what you're really paying for. Rely on the agency to build the policy that protects your property at a price you can afford. Call the agency today at 620-355-6789.
And welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Brett Hendricks with you. We are in Colby as the Bronx take an early 8-0 lead over the Eagles. I want to thank everybody for joining us this week. I'm glad you're able to join us this week after that fiasco trying to go to Hoisington last week. We weren't allowed to broadcast the game, but we are live and on the air tonight from Colby. And once again, want to send out well wishes to J.D. Ham. If you're tuning in and wondering where the legend's voice is, J.D. had surgery this week, and he's under the weather for a little while, but we can't wait to get him back. Kick will roll into the end zone, and a touchback. Colby will start from their own 20. But J.D., get well soon, and we hope to get you back in the booth soon. I want to thank all the sponsors for Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Those of you watching, please thank all the sponsors for what they do. Go out, go to their business, thank them, call them, text them, email them. You would not believe how much that simple thank you means to those businesses, and believe me, we couldn't do it without them. Colby with two receivers to the near side, one in motion to the right, and they'll give up the middle. That is two. And that's the number 30. And that is Zane Betts on the carry. Short gain, 2 yards on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles. The Eagles come into tonight 1-5 on the season. Bronx 5-1. Quarterback from the gun, and a whistle before the play starts, and we've got illegal procedure against Colby. That will back them up 5. That'll make it 2nd and long, 2nd and 13.
Hey, picture does look great, by the way. I checked it just a little bit ago.
Oh, excellent. I've got it on my phone up here as well, so keeping an update on it. So
yep, don't know, but I might be the first.
You know what? I just keep my fingers crossed anymore with all of this stuff. But so far, it's been working.
Hey, as long as you can hear our lovely voices, we're good to go.
That's right. Hunter Vaughn, the quarterback from the gun, gives it off the right side to Betts. Betts nearing the original line of scrimmage. He'll be across the 20 to the 21-yard line, so a gain of about 4 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Eagles.
Number 2 again on that stop. Eggs.
Yeah, what?
Said a good stop by number 2 again. Kind of blew past the play, but came back, snagged his legs, and took him down.
Javion Granado on the stop. You need to get a program.
Yeah, I do. Hey, that's why they got numbers. I'll call out numbers.
Okay. Betts rolls out to the near side. Pass falls incomplete. That was Vaughn rolling out to the near side. Pass was intended for Betts. That'll bring up 4th and 9 for the Eagles. And I'll reset our clock here. We are at 3:53, and I had us at 4:24, so I'll run it up here real quick.
Low snap.
Low snap. Ball is on the ground, but
wow, that was a quick kick.
Vaughn gets it off, and a good Colby roll out of that. That went from tragedy to triumph as the Bronx will take over on their 29-yard line. But good job by Vaughn to get that up and get it off quick.
He basically picked that up and just dropped it from where he picked it up and just kicked as hard as he could. That was impressive.
Sometimes that's all it takes. So the Bronx with their second possession. Good defensive stand on that first possession, holding Colby to a 3-and-out. And, officials were waving somebody, but they're waving the chain crew. Bronx with an opening 59-yard drive to take this 8-0 lead here in the first quarter. 3:41 remaining in the quarter. Bronx with the tight formation. Maddox under center. Give is up the middle. Colter Oldham through the line. There is a flag on the play. We'll wait and see what the flag is, and that's going to be a hold against the Bronx. So from that spot, it'll be 10 yards. Looks like they threw it about the 33. They're taking it to the 23, so it'll be first and about 16 for Lakin.
Holding called against the Bronx.
So first and 16 as they move it back to the Bronx 23-yard line.
First down 17 for Lakin.
They actually call it 17, so it's their house. We'll do as they say. Tie formation once again. Granado in motion. The ball is on the ground, and it's a recovery
by Colby.
for Colby. On the recovery is Boston Tubbs, a junior wide receiver and cornerback. So the Bronx turned it over 3 times last week in that loss to Hoisington, and they put it on the ground here. And Colby with great starting field position at the Lakin 20-yard line. Vaughn in the shotgun. Give us to Betts. Betts up the middle. Eludes Oldham, the initial defender. Ross Ryder on the stop for the Bronx, but a gain of 7 yards on the play. Going to bring up second down and 3, almost 4 for Colby inside the Bronx 15-yard line. Bronx with the turnover, giving the Eagles great field position on this drive.
Tipped.
Pass.
Get on it.
Ball was tipped. It was a forward pass.
Yeah. But I never heard a whistle down here, and everyone's just kind of looking at it.
And you're right. You play till the whistle, but I didn't hear the whistle until somebody was about ready to recover that.
Until Colby jumped on it. He didn't blow nothing.
That'll bring up 3rd and 3. I didn't see who got a hand on that.
56, Draven, correct?
Draven.
Yeah, Draven did.
Vaughn dropping back, screenplay set up, complete to Betts, and he's going to walk into the end zone from 14 yards out. Zane Betts with the 15-yard.
Our sideline was yelling as hard as they could. Screen, 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 but Lakin just kind of fell for the bait with him backing up so far.
Colby going for 2. Betts off the right,
and he's
off the left side, and he's in. And just like that, after a Bronx turnover, we are tied at 8 apiece. Turnovers, always costly. 3 of them last week were costly in that loss to Hoisington. 1 tonight. Costly as it could have been a 16-point turnaround. You know, we don't know if the Bronx score on that drive, but there again, you give your opponent the opportunity, and Colby takes advantage of it. So the Bronx getting set for the kickoff and a chance to get back on offense.
Also tonight, the Ag Building Committee has their fundraising kickoff at the east end of the stadium. They're having a raffle for 2 50-pound hamburger bundles. Drawing will be at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Back to return for the Bronx, Ross Ryder and Javion Granado.
When we come to the JV game.
Kicking is Taden Fiken for the Eagles. 2:31 to go in the 1st quarter. We're tied at 8 apiece. Low line drive now skipping on the ground and picked up by Ryder at the 20-yard line. He'll get out to the 30-yard line where he's brought down. And the Bronx will have 1st and 10 from their 30. Their 3rd possession of the contest.
A little timid to come up on that ball. I think they were maybe waiting for it to take a weird kick out of bounds, but it stayed in by quite a bit.
Well, and one of the things with the kick return team, you've got to be wary of that onside kick too.
Yeah.
You definitely got to stand your ground and watch where it's going.
Yeah, it had some spin on it for sure.
Bronx tight formation. Oldham fighting through the line of scrimmage after a gain of 2. He is lit up by Guy Tubbs. Gain of 2 on the play brings up 2nd down and 8.
7 actually.
It never fails. I always have it wrong.
Hey, you got plenty of people in that booth talking about it, so
I
you
know.
should be spot on.
Yeah. Well, I can hear them in the background of my headset.
Yeah,
I
caught you laughing earlier, and I knew exactly why you were.
I'd have just turned my headset off and let everybody listen to the guy next to me. Granado with the run to the near side. Gets to the 35-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 2. Actually, that was Maddox Beltran with the carry to the near side. So it brings up 3rd and 5 for Lakin. And after the Bronx looked like they had all the momentum in this game after that opening drive, now they're faced with a 3rd and medium just to keep this possession at their 35-yard line. Shaky, the receiver split to the left. Oldham off the left side.
1 yard.
Going to get 1 yard on the play. And once again, multiple black shirts. One of the numbers coming out of there is number 10, the tight end and linebacker, Guy Tubbs.
Bringing out punt, I believe.
4th and 4 for the Bronx. As the clock runs under 45 seconds to go in this first quarter. Back to return is Hunter Vaughn. Kicking for Lakin is Draven Shavir. Nice snap. And a nice high spiraling kick. But it's going to take a Colby bounce. And the Bronx get on it. Colby 1st and 10, looks like from their 39-yard line. The 1st and 10 Eagles. And they went ahead and marked it at the 40-yard line.
Yep, just in front of the 40.
Eagles come out. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side.
Got 3 over here.
Vaughn from shotgun. Rolls out to the right side, complete. And the play out of bounds. Granado on the stop. Pass is complete to number 7, Braden Foss.
You know, good thing there for Lakin because 34 for the Eagles was busting a post route right across the center and looked pretty wide open to me.
So gain of 3 yards on the play, 2nd down and 7 for the Eagles. 14 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Vaughn fakes it up the middle, pitches to Tubbs around the right side. Going to take it to the 45-yard line, and the clock will run out on our first quarter. After the first 12 minutes of play, we are tied at 8. Bronx 8, Colby 8. We're taking a timeout. Our first quarter brought to you by the agency of Lakin and Garden City.
Experience the best in customer service when you call the agency for an insurance quote. The agency can provide insurance coverage to meet your needs. Protect your financial future by calling the agency at 620-355-6789.
Our second quarter brought to you by the Kearney County Community Development.
Kearney County, a wonderful life opportunity, offers a wide range of opportunities to residents and visitors. Hunting, fishing, camping, golfing, and bowling provide recreation, plus the Lake and Rec Commission provides youth and adult programs in Lakin and Deerfield. Explore the rich history of the county by visiting the Kearney County Historical Museum or the historic sites throughout the county. Take advantage of what Kearney County has to offer. Contact Ralph Goodnight, Kearney County Economic Development, or on the web at www.kearneycountykansas.com.
And welcome back to Lake and Bronx Sports YouTube.
Be sure to find your favorite CMS or CHS music student and ask them about it. If you don't know who to ask, Mr. and Mrs. Nichols could help you out.
Bronx and Eagles tied at 8 apiece as they switch sides. Now Colby going from our left to our right as we start this second quarter. Twin receivers set both sides for the Eagles. Vaughn in the shotgun. Now a receiver in motion near side. Vaughn with the snap, rolling out. Fires deep. Bronx have two defenders back there. And and a flag dropped. Bronx had two defenders there. Didn't look bad to me, but the flag was dropped.
I just saw hands up, and that's about it. Yeah, you can hear me.
So pass interference against the Bronx. It'll be a 15-yard penalty marked off, and that'll give Colby 1st and 10 from the Bronx 40-yard line.
I was trying to get down here and see what the referee was trying to explain, but didn't get down here fast enough.
Well, one thing I know that they couldn't have called, because there's no such thing as face guarding in high school football, but Maddox and Javion both there in coverage. Unless they saw something just before the ball got there, that's all I can say.
That's the only thing I could think of. He had his hands kind of like towards his head, so maybe hands to the face or something.
Tight formation around the right side is Breon Barton. Barton brought down on the near sideline by Maddox Beltran. Maddox a little slow getting up, but a 1st and 10. Barton almost broke it. Maddox was the last chance to stop a touchdown. Play was out of bounds, so the clock will remain stopped as the Eagles come to the line of scrimmage. Three receivers to the left side. Vaughn once again in the shotgun. Give is to Bretz. Takes it up the middle. Shaky on the stop.
Man, our line is just getting held up on those blocks, creating gaps, and they're not able to fight off. Have to rely on the secondary and the third side of the defense.
Gain of 6 yards on the play brings up 2nd down and 4 from the Bronx 10-yard line. Man in motion, Betts up the middle once again, but the Bronx middle defense, nothing doing there. Darian Edgington in on the stop. Draven in on the stop as well for the Bronx. Let's bring up 3rd down and 4. No gain on the play for the Eagles from the Bronx 10-yard line.
No gain on the play, and brings up 3rd and 4 for Colby.
Vaughn once again from the shotgun. Vaughn keeps it and will be dragged down in the backfield. Darian Edgington from his defensive tackle position, not biting on the fake. Good job of staying home. And that'll be a loss back to the 13-yard line, so it'll make a 4th and 7 for the Eagles from the Bronx 13-yard line. They're going to say 4th and 6, but more 4th and 7.
I'd say probably more 4th and 6.
You are going to argue with me, aren't you?
Hey, I got the closer side to the chains here.
Okay, I'll give you that.
That's a good step and a half, about 4 yards.
Oh, is it? Okay. So Colby will go for it. 4th and 6 from the Bronx 13-yard line. Vaughn from the gun. Plenty of time. Almost broken up, but the pass is caught.
Stopped him.
And he's going to be down to the 1-yard line. The defender was right there. Casey Giesenhagen comes up with that pass, but takes it 1st and goal for the Eagles at the Bronx 1.
Defender on that played a little poorly. Should have just went for the defender instead of the ball, or at least had a hand on defender instead of trying to get in front, especially on a 4th down, trying to get a stop and turnover on downs.
You know, it's one of those deals. You go for the football. It's high risk, but it's also got its rewards as well. Running back in motion to the near side. He will be stopped
he's short.
I believe, is that Maddox?
No.
Javion Granado on the stop. No gain on the play, and I'll tell you what, that ball is everything right against the line.
It's half my foot, maybe.
From this angle, the ball looks like it's touching, but I know it's short.
It is half of my foot, and that's it.
So Colby, 2nd and goal from the Bronc 1. Vaughn once again from the gun. Back in motion. They'll give it to Betts up the middle.
And that one's good.
And the near official gives it to him. The far official looked like he was going to mark it short.
I don't think he was, unless he's closer to it and probably didn't see what I saw, but I was behind him and saw it way over. That'll be me tomorrow in the stripes.
Colby lining up to go for 2. 8:50 to go in the half. Colby with the lead. Direct snap to Betts. Actually, that was a Wildcat formation. Betts with the direct snap, but the run is no good. So with 8:50 to go in the first half, Colby with the lead, leading the Broncs 14-8. Started out well for the Broncs tonight, Jared, but since then, Colby has stepped it up. Stopped the Broncs out with a turnover and then stopped them on downs the last time.
Hey, like I told you, one team was coming out here and looking to draw the first punch, and we did. But Colby responded from that punch very well. They doing push-ups over there?
No, the little cheerleaders are doing kicks.
Oh.
The junior cheerleaders down on the track are doing kicks.
Didn't we have a principal that did push-ups?
Ron Overeem did push-ups.
Overeem, yes, that's what it was.
I'll tell you what, there were some games that I was kind of worried.
Yeah, he had to do a lot some games. I do remember that.
Yes, he did. He was many times our player of the game.
Yeah.
Salcido picks it up on the near sideline, looking for room.
Oh.
And he'll be brought down around the 29-yard line where the Broncs will have it 1st and 10.
I think if he would have kept coming and he could have burnt some of those guys that were coming up. But also don't want to run too far north and south. Kind of want to go east and west.
No, not at all. But I'll tell you what, I know Armando's speed, but it just doesn't seem like right now he's able to, outrun people to the edge. Seems a little odd to me. So 1st and 10 for the Broncs from their 30-yard line, trailing by 6. Maddox under center, pinch to Salcido around the right side, looking for a block. Not going to get it. He might gain 1 yard, maybe 2 yards on that carry.
And right after that block, too, but just got a hand out and got caught up.
So a short gain on the play. Call it 1. 2nd down and 9 as the clock runs at 8:20 in the second quarter. If you're just joining us, Broncs jumped out on the opening possession 8-0. And then Colby has come back with 14 straight with 2 scores. 2nd down and 8 for the 2nd down and 9 for the Broncs. Broncs with the tight formation. Oldham behind Beltran, who's under center. Up the gut, quick hitter. Oldham across the 40 and the 45 now to the 46-yard line. So a gain of 15 yards on the play for Colter Oldham. Gives the Broncs 1st and 10 from their 46-yard line.
There's some of the drives we've been missing out on the whole second quarter. Great run there.
Those runs are built by the offensive line, those quick hitters, but the offensive line did a great job opening that hole.
Exactly.
Beltran from the left, around the left side, going to get to midfield before he's gang tackled.
Get 4 just right before the 50.
Zane Betts leading the black shirts on the stop. Also in on the stop is Guy Tubbs. So a gain of 4 yards brings up 2nd down and 6. But the Broncs with a good drive have it at midfield. The 4th possession for Lakin. Tight formation. Shaky wide right. Oldham gets it across midfield down to the 45, a little across the 45. It'll be interesting to see if he's got that first down.
We got third right here.
Okay,
right
they're going to say third and short for the Bronx, just inside the Eagle 45-yard line.
Also, I think you need to get your eyes checked. Chakey is not wide right. Drew Patterson was.
Was that Patterson? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw it too.
It's a 9.
Okay. I thought I saw it too, but hey, that's you're closer to the action. That's supposed to be you.
Hey, that's why I'm here.
Up the middle, Colder Oldham across the 45. He's got enough for the first down at the 43-yard line. And just like the Bronx opening drive of the game, this drive very much the same way. Just chugging away, picking up first downs.
I don't even think that really mattered. One of the chain guys was already over to the first down marker.
And we've got a timeout. Okay, officials timeout. Now, let's see. I wonder, Lakin's running a player off.
54.
That's Caden Mings.
Yeah, he's hurting.
Okay, they're
just checking on him.
Okay, they're making him come out. So into the lineup on the line for the Bronx is Thomas Peters. At first, I kind of wondered, well, maybe, blood timeout or something where the Bronx are wearing white. Beltran keeps it around the right side.
To the 40.
Ball carried by Beltran. Tyler Rayner on the tackle for the Eagle.
Yeah, Caden over here is just getting a other wrist wrapped up.
Okay.
Must have jammed it in the pads.
Gain of 3. Going to bring up second down and 7.
So expect him to be back out there here soon.
Granado in motion to the near side, but a flag on the play. We've got illegal procedure. I'm wondering, we had 2 receivers near side, but the tackle was uncovered, I think. One of those receivers may have needed to be on the line of scrimmage. So 5-yard penalty will bring up second down and 12 for Lakin. So second and 11. And an offsides. That time the motion play worked.
Yeah, great job. Stay set.
And I got to reset the clock. They stopped it, I didn't. So the Bronx get that 5 yards back. It's going to be second down and 7. Bronx to the line of scrimmage. Drew Patterson to the near side. Fumble on the snap. Beltran picks it up. Now we've got a rugby scrum.
Yeah, I was going to say they're well beyond past where he picked it up.
No gain on the play is going to bring up third down and 7.
They're actually going to move him back about half a yard. I like his call-outs. Makes it easy on everyone.
You know what? Yeah. When you announce it that way, then everybody can take credit.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody will ever know 15, 20 years from now. Beltran fake to the pitch near side, rolls to the right.
Oh,
Pass is tipped.
He got thrown a little bit out of bounds, but
away from you, though, right?
Oh, right in front of me. But
well, you protect yourself.
Oh, I'm on the track. So.
Oh, you're on the track. Okay.
Yeah, I've been standing back here. I'm staying out of the way.
Okay. Incomplete pass brings up fourth down and 7 from the Colby 40-yard line. Big fourth down play for the Bronx, trailing by 6. 4:20 to go in the first half.
Yeah, I don't want to accidentally take anyone out of the game when they hit this brick wall.
Oh, is that it? Okay. So you're protecting others.
Yeah.
And the Bronx won't go for it. They will punt and try to pin the Eagles deep.
Should be a good
with
punt.
A high punt.
Come and get it for Lakin. Stop it for the goal line.
And a great Lakin bounce. And it's going to be tagged down inside the Colby 5. So a great punt by Draven Shavir that time. And Colby will have it. 1st and 10 at their, looks like probably the 4-yard line. So a big defensive opportunity for the Bronx here, because the Bronx can hold them scoreless. They get the ball back to start the second half. Colby, no, is that right? Yeah, Colby deferred, so the Bronx returns. So the Bronx will have to kick. So you want to keep Colby off the board in this position. Betts up the middle. The host of white shirts there. Coulter in the pile. Draven in the pile.
Yeah, Draven had a good initial second hit. Someone stood him up, and Draven made sure he wasn't going to go anywhere.
So a gain of 3 on the play. And we got 3:42 on our clock. Okay, got that set right.
Down to the 10.
Braden Foss on the carry. Going to get to the 10-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd and a long 4 for the Eagles.
I think Jakey and Draven and one other white shirt was in on that one.
Big down for the Bronx defense. Eagles send 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the near side. Vaughn, the lone black shirt in the backfield.
Oh.
And a nice job on defense by Javian Granado breaking up that pass intended for Braden Foss.
Got a hand on it, right?
He went out into a full dive and got a hand on it. And that'll bring up 4th and 4 in a situation I'm sure Colby wants to punt that ball out of there. Maddox Beltran back to return, standing at the Colby 45. He'll back up just a little bit. So the Bronx defense stiffening up there on Colby's possession. Low spiraling punt.
Out of bounds.
And it's coming out of bounds to the far sideline.
I think it stayed in.
It did actually stay in bounds. There's quite a crown on this field. You can tell it from up this high, but I'm like you. I thought that ball was going to definitely go out of bounds.
Well, that kicker also has a very good side spin on it. So I think once it hit and slowed down, it just kind of spun in the grass. Because he's got a quick kick. I don't think anyone's going to ever get to that punter. Because as soon as it touches his hands, he's dropping it.
So the Bronx 1st and 10 from their 46-yard line. So the defense holds Colby at a 3 and out inside their own 5-yard line. Beltran under center. Gives up the middle to Oldham. Takes it across midfield. Great job to hold on to that football. He carried Kai Lanning with him, but he's going to gain
about 5.
About 5.
Yeah, definitely think I might be going to the van and getting some warmer clothes after this half.
Well, the temperature outside's not bad, but that wind's going to make it awful chilly out there.
It's honestly not windy at all. It's dead calm. Look at the flag.
I don't even know where I see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
and they were talking 35-mile-an-hour winds tonight. And a flag on the play. Ross Ryder with the carry off the right side.
I want to say it's defensive.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
I thought so. I thought I saw him grab it, but I didn't know if he would see it or not.
Did Ross fight through the face mask?
Yes.
Okay.
He just kind of reached out, fell behind him, but also had the face mask in front. So.
Okay. Because it looked like he kind of went down, as he was running around the right side, just kind of slouched a little bit.
Yep.
So
That's why.
Good catch. So 1st and 10 for the Bronx after the 15-yard penalty marked off from the spot of the foul. Bronx 1st and 10 from the Colby 35-yard line. 2:03 remaining in the first half. Bronx trailing by 6.
Yeah, it's not too bad down here, but I know if I don't change at halftime and it gets colder in the third and fourth, I'm not running to the other side of the field. I'll be stiff. Up the gut.
Up the middle.
Still going.
Oldham dragging 2 Eagles with
14
him.
14 yards. Great run. Pump the legs.
Coulter's one of those running backs, and so far his last 2 carries off that side, he's picked up first downs.
And that one was it and some.
So first and 10 Bronx from the Colby 22-yard line. 1:41 to go in the half. Up the middle, once again, Oldham across the 20. Going to be brought down close to the 17-yard line, maybe. So
yeah, 17, 18-ish.
So a gain of about 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. Clock continues to run. Bronx have their timeouts. I would think after this play, depending on what happens, the Bronx might use one. Beltran.
Great cut.
Cut it outside. There was nothing doing on the inside. He's going to get across the 15 to maybe the 13-yard line.
Yeah, he's going to be at about the 14.
And a timeout now on the field. Lakin will call it.
Well, yeah, that was a great run by Maddox. He wanted to take it all the way outside, and that outside contained guy pushed him back in, but pushed him right back into a hole and gave him about 5 more yards than he probably would have gotten. Great read.
So 3rd and 2 on the coming up. And I'll tell you what, Jared, I want to send a shout out to the Colby High School dance team. They came up and gave us all goodie bags in the press box tonight. And, of course, Jared already ate all of his.
Oh, no, I still got trail mix. I got the sweet and salty trail mix left, but everything else is gone. But yes, it was very good. Much appreciated.
Yeah, that was very nice. The tag says, enjoy some snacks from us as a thank you for all you do. So a big thank you to them. I'll tell you what, didn't need to do that, but that's greatly appreciated. So cool. And you know what? I need to update our scoreboard. I apologize. I've been sitting there 8-8 through this second quarter, but it is 14-8. It looked better, but I gotta show it like it is. So 3rd and 2.
I guess we'll see here.
From the Colby 14-yard line. Oldham fake up the middle.
Got it.
Beltran, 2 spins. He's inside the 10 down to the 5.
He's down. Ball came loose after the play, but it was well after he was down.
I didn't see the ball come loose, but they have it 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for the Bronx.
Yeah, after that second spin and he hit the ground, ball bounced off the grass and it was out.
And the clock runs. 42 seconds to go. Bronx 1st and goal from the 5. Give Oldham.
And he's
off the
across,
left side,
diving.
Touchdown.
Great little 2-minute offense here by the Bronx. Love seeing this.
And only had to use 1 timeout with it.
Yeah, you can't beat that at all.
So the Bronx, with the touchdown, will go for 2. Oldham the lone back. Bronx with 1 receiver right. Maddox
short
will
stuck.
tuck it, and his run will be short. So with 36 seconds to go in the first half, we are tied at 14 apiece. I wasn't sure, was that a broken play or was Maddox just going to look to follow the running back to the right side, Jared?
I wouldn't necessarily say broken play, but I think it was just more of a fake play. They had Drew out here wide trying to maybe persuade them into biting on a pass out short or something, but I think that was the intended.
Okay.
33, Aaron Gonzalez to kick off for the Bronx.
Aaron Gonzalez to kick for the Bronx. Betts back to return for Colby. I can't get the other number on the far side. Betts is on the near side. It looks like Cody Wright possibly, but I'm not sure.
Lakin timeout. I'll be able to give you a number once
Bronx
he turns
with
around.
With the timeout here.
7's on my side.
Okay. Braden Foss. So the Bronx with their second timeout.
This is, who is Lakin's original kicker?
Armando.
You say they had a 33 out there for
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
So I didn't know what they were trying to do there.
Yeah, Aaron Gonzalez to kick. But, yeah, normally Armando Salcido is the
That's what I
kicker.
thought.
Yeah. So Gonzalez back, and the Bronx back on the field. And I didn't see the Bronx with the timeout. That play clock might have been rolling down too. I didn't pay any attention to the score. The play
still
clock
is.
Yeah, it's down to 5 right now.
I don't think it matters. I think it was rolling during the
Okay.
timeout.
Because I just did hear the whistle.
Yeah,
for
I
them
think
to-
it was rolling. Fumble. Oh,
Down to the 15, bobbled. But picked up, but we've got
12.
a flag on the far side. Ross Ryder on the stop for Lakin. We'll check, see what the flag is all about.
I want to say a block in the back or a holding on Colby.
It looks like they're talking to the Bronx sideline, so it will be against the Eagles.
Yeah, I believe it was a holding block.
Block in the
Okay,
back.
Yep.
So that'll pin Colby deep in their own territory with 31.9 seconds to go in this first half.
Good break there for the Bronx.
The first and 10 from the, looks like Colby 7-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Eagles from their own 7.
Yep, first and 10 from the 7, 31.9 seconds to go in our first half. Vaughn in the gun. Back in motion to the near side. That is Braden Foss. He's going to be brought down by Oldham.
About 14. On the 14. Clock is running.
That's going to be a gain of 7 yards on the play. Brings up second down and 3.
Don't believe they're going to run one.
Looks like they're going to be content and run this clock out. 7, 6, 5. And that's going to do it for our first half. We played 24 minutes on the clock, and we have not accomplished anything. We are still tied at 14 at the half. Our second quarter brought to you by the Kearney County Community Development.
Kearney County, a wonderful life opportunity, offers a wide range of opportunities to residents and visitors. Hunting, fishing, camping, golfing, and bowling provide recreation, plus the Lake and Rec Commission provides youth and adult programs in Lakin and Deerfield. Explore the rich history of the county by visiting the Kearney County Historical Museum or the historic sites throughout the county. Take advantage of what Kearney County has to offer. Contact Ralph Goodnight, Kearney County Economic Development, or on the web at www.kearneycountykansas.com.
A big thanks to Ralph Goodnight and Kearney County Community Development, along with all the great sponsors that make Lake and Bronx Sports YouTube possible. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to play the laundry list of all the great sponsors that make what we do easy, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do it on our own. So big thank you to all our sponsors. Please, thank you. Thank them when you get a chance.
The webcast of Lakin High Sports would not be possible without the generous support of these fantastic sponsors. the Kearney County Bank, and the Garden City State Bank. The Agency of Lakin and Garden City, the Lakin Recreation Commission, Flashbacks Diner of Lakin, the Kearney County Community Development Ralph Goodnight, Shorty's Cafe of Lakin, Shelter Insurance Gwen Wecker, Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas, the Lakin Dairy and Lakin Hay Fred Ritzema, the Golden Plains Credit Union, the Lakin Pharmacy, D-Bach Metals, and Hendricks Welding. Back we go with more of today's exciting action on LakinSports.com and Lakin High Sports on YouTube. Here's Mr. Brett Hendricks.
Once again, a big thank you to all of our great sponsors that make Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube possible. Our halftime brought to you by the Kearney County Bank.
Home improvements that have had to wait. The dream vacation your family deserves. Even college tuition. Garden City State Bank can help you make it all happen now, not someday. With a home equity line of credit, you can borrow up to 90% of the value of your home, and the interest may be tax deductible. Plus, there are no closing costs, no application fees, and no annual fees. A fast, easy, convenient home equity line of credit from Garden City State Bank, a branch of the Kearney County Bank. Subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We're going to take a time out and enjoy the halftime performance by the Colby High School Band.
Let's stay in the 80s mood with the Knack's famous hit, My Sharona, with senior Kayla Yeager at the reins. Kayla, it's time. We're not done just yet. As the band moves into their final formation, please welcome senior Halil Cardenas to the stand. Listen as the band plays the all-time great song from Queen. Here is Don't Stop Me Now. Ladies and gentlemen, your CHS marching band under the direction of Mr. Joey Nichols and the senior drum majors. The flags are led by Miss Sunny Creighton.
And a great job by the Colby Eagle Marching Band. I'll tell you what, I'm still an old sucker for a marching band. I remember growing up in high school, Lakin had marching bands that were known statewide for the performances they did at halftime, and tell you what, the marching band seems to be a dying breed anymore, so I take the time anytime there's a marching band on the field. I want to stop and watch, because I'll tell you what, those kids put in a lot of hard work, and it's enjoyable. It's just too bad a lot of the bands and numbers have gone down over the years, but always enjoyable. We're at the half. The Bronx and the Colby Eagles tied at 14. Halftime thoughts and recap brought to you by the Lakin Rec Commission.
It's time to get involved with the Lakin Recreation Commission, 702 North Campbell in Lakin. The Lakin Rec Commission with a wellness center, aerobics, adult programs, youth programs, sewing, and more. For more information about all the great activities of the Lakin Rec Commission, call 620-355-7039. The Lakin Recreation Commission, providing recreational opportunities to enhance the quality of life for the people of the community by promoting social interaction and the productive use of leisure time.
And a big thank you to the Lakin Recreation Commission. Tomorrow, Super Bowl Saturday for Lakin Rec Commission. 2 games scheduled at Lakin. I think, let's see, 3rd and 4th grade starts at 9 o'clock, and the 5th and 6th grade starts at 11 o'clock at Bronx Field. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow morning, Lakin Rec football on the turf in Lakin tomorrow morning. Looking at the first half, the Bronx drew first blood in a very impressive drive. A 58-yard drive for the Bronx on their opening possession took an 8-0 lead. A 1-yard run by Coulter Oldham and Ross Ryder ran in the 2-point conversion, and it looked like the Bronx were in business. But after a Bronx turnover, Zane Betts came back with a 15-yard pass from Hunter Vaughn, and the run after the touchdown was good, and we were tied at 8 apiece with 2:31 to go in the first half. Zane Betts also added a touchdown in the second quarter, 8:50 to go in the first half, giving Colby a 14-8 lead as the run for the 2-point conversion was no good. And there just before the half ended, Coulter Oldham on a 5-yard run. Maddox Beltran's 2-point conversion was no good, and that's where we stand, 14-14 at the halftime break. Colby will get the opening kick to start the second half. And I'm going to run the clock down. I think I can set it to down to the 4 minutes that we need. There we go. If I hit the right button, I could do this. We've got 3:50, right at 3:50 to go. And then they'll put 3 more minutes on the clock as we get set to start our second half. But once again, Lakin Rec with the halftime thoughts and recap. And I don't know if Jared is back out with us. He had to go to the car to put on some warmer clothes. And still a beautiful night for football. And you know the
don't worry, I'm here.
Yo, you are here. Okay.
I'm actually I'm a lot warmer.
You're a lot warmer now?
Yeah, I'm a lot.
Hey, you seem to be cutting out a little bit. Where are you at?
I'm just behind the grandstand right now, so hold on.
You're behind the grandstands? That's probably why it's cutting a little. So.
Okay, now I'm on the track. You see me?
Yep, I got you.
Yeah, so maybe, as long as I look at you.
Yeah, you got to stay facing us or you lose us. So,
I forgot.
Yeah. But, the Bronx looked like from the start, Jared, they were going to take over this ball game and went down the field. I'm not going to say it was easy, but a very methodical drive going 59 yards on their first possession. But since then, Colby's defense definitely stiffened up, and the Bronx have turned it over once that led to a score.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the game, I mean, everyone wants to come out and give out that first punch and be the first ones on the board, and Lakin decided to take that control there and It all depends the rest of the game after that is if the opponent's defense steps up and takes a punch, lays down, or if they take the punch, get back up, and come right back at us. And hey, that's what they've done. They've given us a pretty good game so far. So I bet the Bronx will be ready to come out this second half.
And the Bronx are going to come out on defense to start the second half as Colby won the toss to open the contest and deferred. So the Bronx had the opening possession. Worked out into their favor, so the Bronx are going to have to come out and Jared, hey, give me a call on my cell phone. Hey, we're going to take a break. Our halftime thoughts and recap brought to you by the Lakin Rec Commission.
It's time to get involved with the Lakin Recreation Commission, 702 North Campbell in Lakin. The Lakin Rec Commission with Wellness Center, aerobics, adult programs, youth programs, sewing, and more. For more information about all the great activities of the Lakin Rec Commission, call 620-355-7039. The Lakin Recreation Commission, providing recreational opportunities to enhance the quality of life for the people of the community by promoting social interaction and the productive use of leisure time.
And welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. I noticed our screen went black on YouTube, but I've got everything going from here as far as our monitors and everything is up to date live. So we'll work on that and try to get our picture back.
And just a reminder, the drawing for the
So I don't know what's going on. There was some stuff I was trying to stop on here, and then about the time I clicked something, I may have screwed it up. But let's see here.
Also a reminder, if you're looking for a music booster card, hit up your favorite
I don't know
music
what
station,
happened, but
or Mr. and Mrs. Nichols, they can help you out as well.
I know we're still going. The clock's still running, so, and I hope you can still hear me. I think we can, but we'll get this worked on and get our picture back as we get set to start our second half. And I've got camera to the monitor, so okay. I do have a text that says I have picture, but for some reason on my monitor I don't. So as long as you've got it at home, I guess we'll play like it's working good. So we'll work on it and see if we can. Like I said, I just don't see it on my YouTube monitor. That's not to say that it's not going, because I still have my clock. Okay, and I got another text. Never lost the picture there. So we might be okay then. So thank you, everybody that's watching from home. I appreciate the words to help us out. A lot of times I don't get to see it. So the Bronx kicking off, and the kick will go out of bounds and give Colby great starting field position in this second half. Our third quarter, we'll play them here in a minute. I want to thank our halftime sponsor, Kearney County Bank, and our halftime thoughts and recap, Lakin Recreation. But we also want to shout out Shorty's Cafe. I don't know if they're open tonight and have us on the monitor. I know they have us on the screens during dinner, but I don't know if the club is going to be open tonight to have us on the big screen there. But Shorty's Cafe, great homemade, authentic Mexican food. So Colby, 1st and 10 from there. Well, they're going to take it from the spot that it went out. I think they can get it from the 35-yard line, I believe, because it's a 25-yard penalty. I think it'll be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. So now they're after the discussion, they're going to walk it up, and I believe it'll be at the 35, and it is.
1st down and 10 for Colby from the 35.
So 1st and 10, Colby, 35-yard line, tied up, 14 apiece. Brett Hendricks with you. Thanks for joining me tonight for Bronx football. Our sideline announcer, Jared Hendricks, but he's coming up to fix some of our technical problems we're running into right now. Give off the right side, nothing doing. Ross Ryder on the stop of Zane Betts. So no gain on the play as the clock runs under 11:50, and I'll run it down a little bit as well. We still have live picture, though, but I don't know what's going on. But if you want to set in there, that's fine. I'll let you. But you're going to have to run the clock and stuff while you're there. 2nd and 10. Vaughn with the fake up the middle, pitch near side. With it is Braden Foss. Drugged down by Beltran. And Ross Ryder once again on the stop near side. A gain of 4 yards on the play. He's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Eagles. I think we're good there. But I've had some text from people at home. The picture's still there. So 3rd down and 6 for the Eagles at their 39-yard line. Back to throw. Overthrown Betts, and Maddox had it off his hands. Betts got a finger on it. May have broken up the timing for Maddox Beltran. But it'll be 4th and 6 from the 40-yard line for Colby. Great opportunity for the Bronx defense, but Maddox able to at least... Yeah, that's fine. Back to punt is Cody Wright. Back to return is Maddox Beltran, standing at his own 25-yard line. High wobbly kick. Beltran will field it at the 27-yard line. He's across the 40 near midfield. As a flag comes out, he'll be brought down at midfield.
He's brought down by Breon Barton. There's a flag on the play.
We'll see what the flag is. A lot of times, either a hold or a block in the back on a return, but once again, want to thank everybody that texted that the picture is still live. I just don't see it on our monitor, but I think we're okay. So Penalty is stepped off against the Bronx.
Holding called against the Bronx.
And it was a holding call. And it'd be Lakin's ball at their own 40-yard line. 10:31 to go in our third quarter. If you're just joining us, Bronx started the scoring, leading 8-0. Colby came back with 14 straight before the Bronx tied it just before the half. Runner in motion near side. Oldham with it around the left side. Across midfield, brought down by Kason Carroll. After a gain of about, well, it's going to be a gain of 15 yards and a Bronx first down at the Colby 45-yard line. First and 10 Bronx, Colby 45-yard line. Bronx come out in a tight formation. Maddox Beltran under center, Coulter the back behind him. Ryder in motion, give us to Coulter up the middle once again. He's across the 40 to the 38-yard line. Barton on the stop for Colby. Gain of 6 yards on the play brings up second down and 4. And you know what, Jared, if we can't get it back, that's fine, because like I said, folks at home do have the pictures, so. Drew Patterson, the receiver to the near side, shaky to the right side. Ryder in motion. Give is up the middle once again to Oldham. Bouncing off tackle, spinning down to the 30-yard line. Clock will stop on the movement of the chains. In on the stop for Colby was Kai Lenning. So the Bronx on their first possession of this second half after holding Colby 3 and out on their first possession. Bronx moving the football just like they did to score just before the halftime break. Thanks, Jared. Pitch to the right side. Give us to the right side. Ross Ryder nowhere to run as flags come in. And clock kept running, so I'll run that back up. We are at 9:07. It's going to be a hold against the Bronx. We'll run the clock back up, and it'll be first down. They'll mark it from the flags. Going to be first and about 22 yards for the Bronx after that holding penalty. Back to the Bronx 42.
First down 22 for the Bronx.
And we've got a timeout on the field, an Eagle player down.
Officials timeout.
So they'll send the players to the side to get a drink. Our third quarter brought to you by Lakin Drug. At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools. Breon Barton is the player that was down, and I'll tell you what, they are helping him to the sideline, and he's definitely not under his own power. So I hope everything would be fine with him, but he's not in a good way. So so first and 22 for the Bronx at the Colby 42-yard line. So first and 22 for the Bronx. Maddox give to Ryder around the right side. He'll be brought down at the 36-yard line. Tucker Wark on the stop, leading the way for the black-shirted Eagles. At the 35-yard line, going to bring up second down, around 16 after a gain of 6. Bronx with type formation. Oldham the fullback. Ryder in motion. And resets. Granado in motion to the near side. Give is to Oldham up the middle. He'll get to the 35, just across the 35 to the 34-yard line. So a gain of maybe 1 yard on the play. Going to bring up a big 3rd and 15 for the Bronx. A big holding call on first down. The Bronx were moving the ball. Beltran brings the Bronx to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the near side. Granado in motion near side. Pitch is to Oldham. Looking for blockers. Has them on the left side. Down to across the 25.
Oldham on the carry. Guy Tubbs on the tackle.
And Oldham slow to get. Oh, I think he may have lost a shoe. So he's running to the sideline.
Going to be 4th and 5 for us.
4th and 5 for the Bronx. Coulter with a gain of 10 on that play. Bronx will go for it. 4th and 5 from the Colby 25-yard line. Clock runs at under 7 minutes to go in the third. Beltran back to throw. And can't hook up with his receiver, and the ball will go back to Colby on downs.
Coulter's going to be good over here. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Coulter's going to be good over here. Just I think caught a cleat to the ankle. Just had to clean up some blood.
Oh, okay. Well, the way he ran off, I was figuring there was nothing.
And actually, there he goes. He's back in.
So Coulter back on the field after a short timeout. And let's see. Betts on the near side. Bly Ghosh on the stop for the Bronx. Not before Betts gains 9 yards on the play. That'll bring up second down and 1. Under 6.5 to play in the third. So second down and 1. Vaughn wants to throw. Now the hook and ladder. That was a forward pitch. He's still running on the far side, but that was a forward pitch from this angle. Giesenhagen with the catch and the toss back to Braden Imhoff. And it's 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
I'm just going to say it was close.
Was it close?
It was close.
Okay. So 1st and 10, Eagles at the Bronx 49-yard line. 1 receiver near side. Vaughn drops back. Setting up the screen, Betts with the catch near side. And he's going to be gang tackled by Beltran and Adric Gomez-Escabel. Gain of 5 yards on the play brings up second down and 5 for the Eagles. I want to thank Gage DeHone on our camera tonight. Doing a great job as he has all year long for us. So second down and 5 for the Eagles. Vaughn from the gun. Betts, the running back next to him. He'll hand it off to him, bringing it near side. He's across the 40 and chased out of bounds by Beltran at the 33-yard line. That'll be enough for a Eagle first down. So what a change of momentum. The Broncs had the ball and moving. A holding penalty backed them up. They turned it over on downs. Now Colby moving the football the other way. Definitely been a game of momentum swings. Colby sends 3 receivers wide to the left. 1 back behind Vaughn, who's in the shotgun. Give is to Betts. And he's down across the 30-yard line. In on the stop for the Broncs, Eden White and Bly Ghosh. Gain of 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 for the Eagles. Give is to Betts once again around off the right side. Brought down by Granado. And
3rd and short.
The official near side stopped the clock. I don't know if they're going to want to measure this or not, but they're looking at it.
No, there should not be a measurement.
Well, and I don't understand why you moved this football after you placed it once. And they are going to measure. I don't understand that you moved it to the hash and now you throw it back out to remark it, but the official near side never moved. So
it's short about 2 feet looking from here. But that is the other side of the field, so I guess we'll see. I guess let me know if I'm right.
You are right. You are right. It's short.
I know, but about how far? 2 feet?
Yeah, maybe not quite 2 feet, but pretty close.
Just about. I knew I was right.
Yeah. And that's pretty good, Jared, because the hash marks are not marked on this field as far as, you know, every yard.
Yeah.
The 1 yard hash marks are not marked, so pretty nice catch there.
I'll try my best.
So 3rd and inches for the Eagles from the Bronc 24-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side. Imhoff in motion, give us to Betts up the middle, and he will have it falling down close to the 20-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 21, maybe 22-yard line.
Yeah, probably about the 22. Maybe just a little inside of it.
So 1st and 10, Colby. They're going to mark it at, they're going to say it's the 21-yard line.
But you are right, without the hash, it kind of makes it a little bit harder to judge.
Yeah. Vaughn from the gun. Give is to Betts once again, near side. Brought down from behind by Granado, but not before he gains 6, maybe 7 yards on the play. Actually going to gain 5 on the play. Initially to the near side, I thought it was going to be more than that. So 2nd down and 5. Eagles on the move. Vaughn back to throw. And caught. Pass complete to Giesenhagen. And Colby retakes the lead.
You know, if Drew had probably 6 more inches on him, he was tipping that ball. But it was just enough of a lob up and over that he just couldn't get up and get that.
Colby will line up to go for 2. Vaughn rolls near side and complete to Betts for the 2-point conversion. And Colby retakes the lead, leading the Bronx 22-14. Our third quarter brought to you by Lakin Drug.
At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools.
.345 remaining in the third quarter. Colby retakes the lead, leading the Bronx 22-14. Colby kickoff, roller on the ground. Adric fielded the kick, but had a knee on the ground, so it'll be Bronx ball, 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
May not have been a bad idea on that one. Didn't really have many blockers in front of him, and the black jerseys were approaching pretty quick, so may not have been too bad just to not take a possible turnover or anything like that. At least he stopped it, had it in front of him.
Well, definitely when it's taken by one of the up receivers, you're kind of at a disadvantage because you're outnumbered.
Oh,
Coulter up the right side, breaking towards midfield. He's across midfield and has the first down. Nice quick hitter for Coulter Oldham around the right side. So another 1st and 10 for Oldham. The 1st and 10 Bronx right at midfield. Drew Patterson split to the near side. Granado in motion. The give is to, actually, Beltran keeps it around the left side. He'll pick up maybe 3. They're going to maybe give him 4 there on the play. Yeah, looks like 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7.
2nd down and 7 for Bronx.
Bronx need to answer here after Colby scored on their last possession. Colby on top, 22-14. Bronx type formation, Ryder in motion. Oldham off the right side. He's going to be close to the first down, but they're going to mark him about a yard shy.
3rd and a yard. Yard and a half. Okay, or 2.
We'll give it a short 2.
Yeah, agreed.
Ryder in motion, give up the middle once again. Oldham, he'll have it across the 40-yard line. That'll be good for the first down.
And that was a good fake. I thought Maddox so had it was throwing long.
1st down 10 for the Bronx.
First and 10 Bronx from the Colby 39-yard line. Bronx led early 8-0, but have not led since. Looking to tie it up on this possession. Beltran fakes up the middle, follows Coulter through the hole. He'll pick up
about 3.
Looks like 2, 2nd down and 8.
2nd down and 8 for Lakin.
Once again, I want to thank Gage DeHone on our camera tonight. Appreciate all the work that he does for us and the team as well. Give us to Ryder, right side. And on the stop for Colby, Landon Vogler.
3rd and about 3.
It's a gain of about 5 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 3. Under a minute to play, 46 seconds to go in the quarter. And I'll update our score. Colby 22, Lakin 14. Granado in motion, up the gut. Oldham just running over the tackler, but he will be brought down after a nice gain. Kason Carroll on the tackle, but Oldham down to the Colby 20-yard line where the Broncs will have it 1st and 10. Under 20 seconds to go. 1st and 10 Broncs from the Colby 20-yard line. Fake up the middle. Beltran off the right side. He's going to get to the 20-yard line, and that most likely will be the final play of our 3rd quarter.
Yep, we're taking it to the 4th.
When we come back, it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Broncs. The Eagles lead it. After 3 quarters of play, by the score of 22-14, our 3rd quarter brought to you by Lakin Drug.
At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools.
4th quarter brought to you by the Golden Plains Credit Union.
Refinance your auto loan at Golden Plains Credit Union. You can lower your current auto loan rate by 2% with no payments for up to 90 days. Rates can be as low as 3.25% annual percentage rate. This offer applies to loans financed from another lender. Think of all the money you could be saving every month. This is a limited time offer, so stop by and ask about refinancing your auto loan today. Golden Plains Credit Union. Life with a touch of gold. Member NCUA.
And once again, we want to thank all the great sponsors that helped support Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, LakinSports.com. In our 16th year, when you get a chance, please thank all those sponsors, because without them, you wouldn't be able to watch us here tonight on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. 1st and 10 for the Broncs. 2nd and 9 for the Broncs. Oldham off the right side. He'll take it down to the 15-yard line. Brought down by Guy Tubbs. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 after a gain of 4. A big possession for the Broncs here as we start the 4th quarter. They're trailing by 8. Broncs with a tight formation. Give us to Oldham off the left side. He stacked up after a short gain.
Run that one again, we'll get the 1st down.
Leading the way was Logan Haggard, the nose tackle. So another 4th down play for the Broncs, 4th and a short 2 as they try to keep this drive going. On the Broncs' last possession, they turned it over on downs, and Colby took it down and scored. So a huge possession, huge 4th down for the Broncs right here. Beltran under center. Put Ryder in motion, trying to draw the Eagles offside, but nothing doing. Oldham up the gut.
Got it.
He's going to have it.
By plenty, too.
Oldham on the carry, Tucker Work on the tackle. 1st down and goal for the Broncs.
So Broncs 1st and goal from the Colby 7-yard line. Broncs send Patterson wide to the left, Shaky wide to the right. Give is off the right side to Oldham.
Touchdown.
And following the block by Shaky, scores from 7 yards out. 3rd touchdown of the night for Coulter.
A little slow to get up, but hey, he's walking.
Coulter's been the workhorse back for the Broncs. 10:22 to go in the game. The Broncs looking to tie it up with the extra point here, the 2-point conversion here. Broncs with tight formation. Maddox under center, and we've got a timeout on the field. And timeout Colby. Our fourth quarter brought to you by the Golden Plains Credit Union. I want to thank all the sponsors of Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. We do have a new sponsor on board, and I apologize, we don't have the ads done, but we will work on it. I've had some issues with my programs, and I'm trying to get them all set up. Midwest Health Services with facilities in Garden City. I want to thank them for approaching us here at Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube and joining with us. Also want to remind our viewers tonight, we will be on the air tomorrow morning just before 10 o'clock at the High Plains League Volleyball Tournament in Johnson. Lady Broncs, the number 1 seed, their first match starting at 10 o'clock tomorrow against Deerfield. Their pool play matches against Deerfield, Elkhart, and Sublette. Matches actually start at 9 o'clock, but the Lady Broncs in action at 10, and we'll have that for you right here, Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Broncs to the ball, looking to go for 2 here. Once again, Ryder in motion, stops. They'll reset it. Ryder in motion, Oldham fighting, and he will not get in. And with 10:22 to go in the ball game, Colby stuffs the Broncs on the 2-point conversion, and they hold the 2-point lead. I want to thank Jared for his sideline work tonight. Something we just tried a little different. Normally we'd have a color guy up here next to us, and Jared gets a lot better vision on the sideline for us, so that's what we decided to do. But with our transmitter that we have, we're able to reach across the field a lot better with our FM headsets. So, Jared, thank you for all your work, and once again, want to send out best wishes to J.D. Ham, the play-by-play voice for Bronx football, who is in the hospital right now after having surgery on Tuesday. So we wish him the best, and of course, a speedy recovery. And for some reason, the picture goes black just momentarily. I don't know what's going on, but at least it's not staying black. So we'll not a lot I can do without crawling up on the roof to see if there's a connection, but I think so far we're still on, so it's working out fine.
I'll give it a check.
Broncs with the kickoff. Fielded at the 18-yard line of the Eagles. On the tackle was Drew Patterson. On the return was Braden Foss.
We're all good online here.
Okay. Well, I think we are. I just see it flashing black, and then it comes right back. So I've got it on up here as well.
Huh.
So. First and 10, Colby from their 33-yard line, 32-yard line. And they give us to Betts, looking for space on the right side.
Great wrap up there.
And in on the stop is Javion Granado.
Ball carried by Zane Betts, tackle made by Granado.
It'll be a loss of a yard.
Definitely could have been a strip possibility there, but hey, we'll take the down instead.
Second and 11 for the Eagles. Bronx defense needs a stop. Bronx trailing by 2. And a flag on the play. Offsides. Looks like it's going to be against Lakin.
Ooh.
So a 5-yard penalty will put it at 2nd and 6 instead of 2nd and 11.
I guess the crown of the helmet, just a little over.
Well, the thing about it is, I think they watch it a lot closer in high school football, but it drives me crazy on Sunday when you see an NFL guy over the ball and his helmet's over, but they don't call it.
Yeah.
Unless it's an opportune time that they can make a play, Clock is running at 9:21. I'll run it down to catch up. Vaughn from the gun, rolls to the left side. Betts tried to one-hand it, couldn't bring it in. Calder Oldham on the coverage. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
That was about to be a well-earned catch there.
Just a little bit out of reach. Betts tried to bring it in one-handed. So a big 3rd down play for the Broncs with 9:15 to go in our ball game.
You're going to have to watch out for that screen pass here.
Yeah, exactly. That worked earlier on the first score for Colby.
And they haven't done it in a while, so this will be the time to catch us off guard. Hopefully we're ready.
Fake is to Betts up the middle. Vaughn rolling near side. He will have the 1st down and chased out of bounds by Oldham at the Colby 48-yard line.
Just had no outside contained, pushing back in towards the secondary defense there. Gonna have to step up big here.
The 1st and 10 Colby from their 48-yard line with the 2-point lead. Vaughn from the gun, gives us to Betts near side. Ball is on the ground and the Broncs have it.
Broncs have it.
Falling on that ball was Eden White. And that could be the break the Broncs maybe need here, trailing by 2 in the 4th. Not a clean exchange from Vaughn and Betts. But the Broncs with the fumble recovery. 1st and 10. First and 10 from the Colby 46-yard line. 9:04 remaining. And we've got a flag on the play. And I think Lakin's offense lined up offsides. I think that's against Lakin. I looked up when I saw the flag, and Lakin's receivers were offsides. So backs the Broncs up 5 yards now in their own territory at the 49-yard line.
I don't know how a receiver can be offsides if you're looking at the ref and asking if you're on.
Well, from what I could see, it looked like they were. And there again, I don't know how you can, because the official will tell you to move up or scoot back.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15. Granado in motion. Oldham off the left side. Across midfield, down to the 45-yard line. He'll just get across, so a gain of about 6 yards on the play is going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Second and 9 for the Broncs.
So Oldham gets the penalty back, plus a yard. Shaky to the near side. Patterson wide left. Ryder in motion once again. Oldham up the gut.
Probably about 4 on it.
And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 for Lakin at the Colby 41-yard line. Another big 3rd down conversion coming up for Lakin. Shaky comes wide to the near side. Beltran with the snap. Nothing doing. Colby sniffing that play out. On a 3rd down play, they are sending 2 guys off the center, and they've done that the last few times the Broncs have tried that play on 3rd down. It's going to be a loss of maybe 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 7.
And Lakin's going to punt it away.
At this point, I don't know that I would want to give Colby the ball near midfield right now. Maybe they can pin him deep.
Maybe not.
Get it? Yeah, Draven's going to drop back. I like the call here. Try to pin them deep, and then maybe they can get another turnover or at least get a 3 and out and get the ball back.
Yeah, another great punt like earlier.
Back for Colby is Cody Wright.
And that is a great one. Catch it. Catch it.
And it's going to take a bounce and roll into the end zone.
He just stared it all the way down. I would have caught that one.
Well, once that receiver takes off like that, the defender can catch that football.
Yeah, they can down it.
Yeah. So Colby, 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line with 6:57 to go in the ball game.
Or I guess in case he just wanted to be safe, turn around, let it bounce off your chest, be a soccer player for once. It ain't going to hurt.
Yeah.
But you got to know, punts like that, end over end, most likely going to bounce the same way that they're going.
So 1st and 10, Colby from their 20-yard line, leading by 2. Vaughn from the gun. He's been in the gun all night long. Give us to Braden Foss to the near side. Tackled inbounds to keep the clock rolling. In on the stop, Oldham. Ryder and Patterson near the play as well. A gain of 9 is going to bring up 2nd down and 1 for the Eagles.
Do we have a potential field goal kicker?
Well, you know, I'm not. I know Armando has performed the kicking duties, but as far as field goal attempts, we haven't seen any field goal, hardly any field goal attempts this year.
Because last year or
Timeout
the year before,
for a measurement. Well, last year we had
the foreign exchange kid.
Yeah, Itor was kicking last year.
Yeah, because he was.
And 1st and 10 for Colby. Measurement is good.
He was a very for us at times.
Saw the Bronx working on Coulter, stretching him out during that timeout for a measurement. 1st and 10 Eagles at their 30-yard line. Bronx defense needs a stop. Timeouts, Lakin with 3, Colby down to 2 timeouts remaining. Vaughn from the gun, he's going to stand there and milk the play clock. Give us to Betts, near side. And he's out of bounds at the 42, but the gain is good for a 1st down. As the Eagles pick up the 1st down and keep the chains moving. Colby with 2 receivers split to the far side. Bronx defense needs a stop. Betts brings it near side, brought down at midfield by Oldham. But a gain of about 8 yards on the play brings up 2nd and 2. And we've got some problems with our OBS, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to correct this or not. We'll see. Got the camera. It froze, but we got the picture moving again. Betts with the give near side, and it's enough for another Colby 1st down. Sorry about the little problems that we're having. But I think I got it going there.
Yep,
yeah, we're moving again.
It's going. We're good.
We're going. 1st and 10 Colby in Bronx territory, just shy of the 45-yard line. Just over 5 minutes to go in our contest. Clock is rolling. I'll reset it. Give this to Betts, near side once again. And he's going to be brought down, maybe a very short gain on the play, brought down by Ross Ryder on the near side. And we're going to call it no gain, 2nd down and 10. 4:30 to go in the ball game. Bronx need to stop on defense here, trailing by 2. Vaughn milking the play clock. Got to 2 before he snapped it. Betts the near side once again. And he's still on his feet and able to grind forward for 4 yards on the plays. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Eagles. Clock continues to run. Third and 6. Clock runs under 3:40 to go. Colby taking their time, working the play clock. Bronx will have to start thinking about using timeouts. "15 seconds on the play clock. Colby's going to stand there.
I think they can sacrifice this play, and if they get the 4th, might want to think about it.
I think you're right. Back in motion to the near side.
There you go.
Draven, fighting his blocker, hit the running back and was able to knock him down. But a good job by Draven Shavira fighting his blocker. It's going to be a loss back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 4th and 10. So the Bronx needed a play. They got one right there on defense.
Man, it's almost like I called that.
3:01 remaining in the ball game. We've had a few little issues tonight. I apologize for all of those. Next week we'll be back home. The final game of the regular season. When Larned comes to town, it will be senior night. Of course, we'll have it right here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. The pregame is 6:30, kickoff at 7. But senior night next Friday at Lakin. Back to punt will be Hunter Vaughn for the Eagles. And I'll tell you one thing that I would watch out for here too is maybe they don't fake this. With Vaughn being the quarterback, one of the quickest guys out there for the Eagles, I would be very careful here to watch that he does not try to pull this down and run with it. And he will punt it. High wobbly kick to the near side. Well out of bounds. They're not going to get a very good spot off of this. I was going to say that the official on the near side was going too far back, and now he works his way. It'll be Bronx 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Bronx from their own 27-yard line.
2:56 to go for Lakin.
Caught from behind.
Oldham on the left side, brought down from behind. Going to be a loss on the play. And
Coulter's struggling with that leg.
Well, they were stretching him out earlier, so I'm wondering maybe he's cramping a little bit.
He's trying to stretch it.
Actually, 2nd and 10 after no gain. Maddox keeps it around the left side. He's going to get to the 35-yard line, but he's going to be short of the first down by 3.
Need to see a little bit of urgency out of this Bronx offense.
3rd and 3. Clock continues to run at 2:10.
Yeah, Coulter's leg's bothering him.
And it seems to me like you can kind of see moisture hanging in the air. It's kind of that cool,
That's what
damp
I was
night.
wondering.
Maddox bobbled the snap, and it's going to be no gain.
No gain.
And a timeout on the field called by Lakin. It'll be a 4th down and 3. Maddox, that ball was bobbled. Great job just to keep a hold of that. But here's the game right here. Bronx using their 2nd timeout. And they have got to pick up the first down or it's ball game. 1:49 remaining in the ballgame. And once again during this timeout, Bronx are working Coulter, trying to stretch him out. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's cramping or what the deal is, but like I said, just looking outside, you can just kind of see, just kind of a heavy sky. There's some moisture in the air or something, but
there's a little bit more of a breeze down here than the flag showing. It's a little cooler.
Yeah. It's a 4th and 3. This is the game for Lakin with 1:49 to go. Bronx trail it 22-20. Oldham back out on the field. Give us to Ryder and will not make it. Brought down in the open field by Hunter Vaughn. And the Bronx will turn it over on downs with 1:45 to play. With the Bronx with 1 timeout remaining, that just may do it.
Yeah, there's a definiteness to the air right now. And you can kind of feel the moisture too.
1st and 10 Colby. They will line up in their regular formation. Vaughn up the middle to Betts. He'll be met at the line of scrimmage, and a quick timeout called by Lakin with 1:41 to go. Draven on the stop for Lakin. No gain on the play. We'll make it 2nd down and 10. Once again, want to thank Gage DeHone on our camera tonight. Appreciate all of his help all year long for us so far. Colby looking for their 2nd win of the year. Bronx looking to avoid a 2-game losing streak after losing their first game last week at Hoisington. Bronx need a turnover now. 2nd down and 10, 1:41 remaining. Bronx are out of timeouts. Pitch near side Betts. And they push him out of bounds. So the Bronx defense makes a little break for themselves as they knock Betts out of bounds at the 28-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Eagles. In a situation like that, you would want the running back just to fall down when you got the ball and the lead and your opponent has no timeouts. But Bronx getting a little bit of a break, courtesy of themselves there. So 3rd and 4. Give up the middle to Betts.
Stopped.
Nothing doing. Draven and Darian on the stop. And the clock will continue to run, but the Bronx will get it back unless Colby decides they would go for it here on 4th and 7. .28 seconds to go on the play clock. It is winding down. 1:10 on the game clock.
Coach is yelling out over here on the sideline, watch the screen.
Thing about it is, 10 seconds to go on the play clock. They're going to roll it down and then call timeout. If I'm Colby, I punt it. I mean, that's just what I would do. You put your opponent as far away from the goal line as you can go.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
But
I mean, 47 seconds, so.
Colby with the timeout. They have 1 remaining. Probably won't need it. But 4th and 7 from the Bronx 31-yard line.
We got the old K-Stater over here on the visiting bleachers too. Got a chance to talk a little bit with him with his bye week.
Oh, okay. All right.
Getting a little free time, I guess.
Hadley Pens are in attendance tonight. Starting lineman for the K-State Wildcats, enjoying his bye week. Came to support the Bronx. If I'd have known he was out there, he could have came up at halftime and took up some time so I wouldn't have had to babble on.
No, we had a nice halftime performance. It's all right.
Well, it was a good halftime performance.
I enjoyed that.
Yes, it was. It was good. 4th and 7. For Colby, they will go for it. And the pass is complete. Complete to Casey Giesenhagen, and that'll be it. 1st and 10 Eagles from the Bronx 21-yard line, and from here they can just go to victory formation.
It's crazy that it only took off a little bit on the clock.
I'll tell you what, that's a gutsy play.
Yeah.
I mean, if Lakin can get that interception with the momentum, they take it back the other way. But, it didn't happen. But, wow, and they will take a knee, and that will be it. The Bronx will lose their 2nd straight game, losing to Colby by the score of 22-20. And their record falls to 7-2 with the final game of the regular season coming next week at Lakin against Larned. Your 4th quarter has been brought to you by the Golden Plains Credit Union.
Refinance your auto loan at Golden Plains Credit Union. You can lower your current auto loan rate by 2% with no payments for up to 90 days. Rates can be as low as 3.25% annual percentage rate. This offer applies to loans financed from another lender. Think of all the money you could be saving every month. This is a limited time offer, so stop by and ask about refinancing your auto loan today. Golden Plains Credit Union. Life with a touch of gold. Member NCUA.
Once again, the Bronx lose it by the score of 22-20, and they see their record fall to 5-2 on the season. Colby with the win improves to 2-5. One more game on the regular season schedule for the Bronx next week as the Larned Indians come to Lakin in the final district game and final regular season game for both teams. And that game, a lot riding on it for the Bronx. A win, they're at home in week 9. A loss, they're traveling in week 9. Thank you very much. Once again, thanks to Gage DeHone. Gage, I think he's got the camera just on the field down there, but Coach Bamberger will come to the box and talk to us after the game, just because we're a little short-handed in the box tonight for me to go down there, unless Jared wanted to do it, or Jared could give the microphone and the headset to Coach and we could do it from the field. So
I could do whatever you want me to do.
We could maybe do that too if Coach wanted to do it. But
I'll just work my way over there. Hopefully I can get up there with all the crowd.
Okay, yeah, a lot of the crowd filtering out. And that's what I'm thinking. Maybe if you gave it to Coach and we could just do it from the field if you wanted to. I could do the interview with him with the headset and the microphone. So.
Well, yeah, I'll just come up and hand it off to you, and we'll just go from there.
And what are you going to do?
Stay on the camera or the computer, I guess.
Oh, well.
Whatever you need me to do.
Well, like I said, we could hand it off to Coach, and he doesn't have to battle the crowd coming up here either.
Okay, well, yeah, do whatever.
If he wants to do that, it really doesn't make a difference to me.
Where's the camera focused?
Midfield.
So, like, here would be good?
No. You need to move 10 yards to the west.
Well, yeah, I'm at the 50.
Yeah, you would be good right there.
All right.
But
I'll just hand it over to him and let him do all the talking.
Okay. Yeah, of course he needs the headset too.
Oh, yeah. If he comes over.
Yeah, we agreed that he was going to come up. So, like I said, if he wants to come up, that's fine. If he wants to do it from the field, that's fine as well. We're going to quick take a quick timeout, and we'll be back right after this.
Oh, this stupid When it's time to do that welding, don't do it yourself and make a mess out of it. Call Hendricks Professional Welding Service in Lakin. On the farm, on the ranch, or at your place, or at Hendricks Welding 3 miles west of Lakin. Welding done right the professional way. Call Brad Hendricks at Hendricks Welding at 355-6734. That's Hendricks Welding. Don't do it yourself and make a mess. Just call old Brad.
And we take it back to the field to Jared, and I think we're going to miss Coach tonight. Looks like they're off the field.
He's already over on the other side.
You know what?
I figured
they've got to load the bus, and they've got to go change out at a different location. So you know what? That's probably best for time constraints that they get on the bus, go get changed, and get going home. But
I'm pretty sure we're the last thing on his mind. So
exactly, and the thing about
fine.
it is, I mean, he's always been gracious to come up and talk to us. But right now, they've got to get on the bus and go get changed, and they don't do it here at this location. So we will wait to talk to the coach next week. Jared, let's make a decision on player of the game. I've got an idea. Give me some of yours.
You know what? I kind of forgot about that part of this. I honestly, I don't know.
And to be honest with you, I can't remember who we've given it to all year, but I've got one name in mind.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm thinking Draven.
Okay, that's what I was going to say, but I didn't know if you've given it to him yet or not.
I don't know if we have or not, and I like to try to spread the wealth around, but of course Calder had a hard running game, and I don't know what his stats were, but he had to be close to, if not over 100 yards on the game. But I thought Draven made some stops, and especially there late when the Bronx needed stops to try to get that ball back. And when the clock's running down, he made stops. It just wasn't going to be for the Bronx. But I think we're going to go ahead and give it to Draven, and unless I've given it to him already. But
yeah, I was going to say my only one would be number 2, Javion.
And he was our player of the game at Cimarron.
Okay,
I do know that one. So.
Then, yeah, I'd say Draven would be my other one.
Well, that's what we're going to go with right now. And I think that's going to do it from here at Colby. Once again, the Bronx lose it 22-20. They fall to 5-2 on the season. Jared, good job down on the sideline. I'll tell you what, the new FM transmitter makes it a lot easier to do that down there, because I know in the past you've struggled just even being on the Lakin home sideline. So
yeah,
struggling to hear and everything like that. So everything's working good, and that'll do it. I want to thank all the great sponsors for all they do for Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Those of you watching at home, please do us a favor. Thank those businesses for what they do. Couldn't do it without them. Jared, thank you once again. Once again, want to thank J.D. Ham for all he does here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, and wish him a speedy recovery as he is in the hospital this week. Before we do that, we're on the air tomorrow morning at Stanton County for High Plains League Volleyball. We're on the air just before 10 o'clock for the Lady Bronx first match. The Bronx, the number 1 seed, looking to make it 4 in a row at the High Plains League Volleyball Tournament. So until then, have a great Friday night. We'll be talking with you tomorrow morning. Jared, back. What do you got?
Oh, none. I was just going to say, catch you next Friday. Let's do this again.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to it.
Well, that wraps things up for today's live webcast on LakinSports.com and Lakin High Sports on the internet. On behalf of Brett and Sandy Hendricks, thank you for joining us, and thanks to our sponsors, the Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank, the Agency of Lakin and Garden City, the Lakin Recreation Commission, Flashbacks Diner of Lakin, the Kearney County Community Development Ralph Goodnight, Shorty's Cafe of Lakin, Shelter Insurance Gwen Wechter, Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas, the Lakin Dairy and Lakin Hay Fred Ritzema, the Golden Plains Credit Union, the Lakin Pharmacy, D-Bach Metals, and Hendricks Welding.